Good morning, everyone. Today is a memorable day in the history of India. Today we celebrate the Constitution Day. It is celebrated every year in India on 26 November to commemorate the adoption of the Constitution of India. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, also known as Baba Saheb Ambedkar, drafted the Constitution of India. Why is Constitution important and why is it being celebrated? For us to have a brief information about the significance of the day, we have Ishan from class 8.
Constitution Day, also known as Samvidhan Divas, is celebrated in India on 26 November every year to commemorate the adoption of the Indian Constitution. On the 125th birth anniversary of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi declared 26 November as the Constitution Day. On 26 August 1947, the Constituent Assembly set up a drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar to prepare the draft constitution for India. On the 26 November 1949, the Constituent Assembly adopted the Indian Constitution. It came into effect from 26 January 1950. The Constitution of India declared India as a sovereign socialist democratic republic. It declared justice for every Indian, liberty of thought and expression, and equality and fraternity. In conclusion, I would like to say that the celebration of India is essential since we become aware of the values that our predecessors wanted to insist in us. Thank you.
The preamble sets the stage for Constitution and clearly communicates the intentions of the framers and the purpose of the document. So let's listen to the preamble song by Ivana and Joel.
We, the people of India. Adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Thank you, Ivana and Joel, for singing the song very melodiously. We would now like to present a short video on how the Constitution was framed and some important points of the day.
It takes several years and hundreds of people to write a book. Do you know that the Constitution of India was written by over 300 representatives who met for a period of almost 3 years before our Constitution got formalized? The Constitution was enacted on 26 November 1949 and enforced on 26 January 1950. Hence, 26 November is celebrated as Constitution Day and 26 January as our Republic Day. To ensure the representation was as diverse as possible, these 300 people were partly elected and partly selected from all sections of society. there were Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Parsis, Anglo-Indians, tribal communities, and so on. There was representation across regions, castes, educational and political backgrounds. There was also representation of women. Do you know how many women were represented? A total of 9 out of 300. A major accomplishment for a time when women empowerment was a faraway dream. Similarly, citing many complications and difficulties, the British wanted to write the constitution for India before they left. This idea was however rejected by the Indians, who wanted to write the constitution for themselves, as it would deal with their future. It is interesting to note that the Constitution of Japan was written by 24 male Americans in 7 days flat. The only Japanese in the room was a young woman interpreter. However, while the decision to write the Constitution ourselves was a noble one, in reality it was quite a difficult task to implement. With 23 recognized languages and innumerable dialects, it was difficult to agree on the language in which the Constitution would be written. Finally, it was agreed that the members could speak in any language they want, and the Constitution would be written in English and translated at once into Hindi. When the Constitution was prepared, the societal environment was hugely challenging. Partition, religious riots, division on the basis of caste, weak role of women, and so on. And yet, the makers chose hope. They instilled the fundamental human values of equality, liberty, justice, and fraternity as our core constitutional values and ensured that laws would protect these principles. One historian put it aptly: fundamental rights were to be framed amidst the carnage of fundamental wrongs. The sessions of Constituent Assembly were marked by intense debates. One subject was, who can vote? While debating over the qualification for voting and principles of representation, discussion was also held whether only educated people should be given the right to vote. This was opposed on the principle of equality, and finally, all citizens, irrespective of educational qualifications, caste, religion, or gender, got the right to vote. On this point, it is worth noting that in America, black people got the right to vote 80 years, and women got this right 133 years after the US Constitution came into being. There were several critical issues debated, including language, rights, minorities, governance structures, and so on. All the proceedings of the Constituent Assembly are documented and available for us online, so that we will always remember the exciting process of making our Constitution. This will guide us to examine our present and play our role as citizens in the future.
Let us pledge and make sure to follow all the rules under our Constitution to make India a better place to live in. Wishing you all a happy Constitution Day.